Sin, Manny, training on the slim line hog. Okay. First of all, if you can focus on the control panel, this is how we welcome the machine. You can see that we're ready to go. Now, the only option I can change is options right now. It's only LED that's on. I cannot make any mistake. There's no other button that works. So my first button is the option. I will choose the option. Immediately I go into my programs. I have 19 different programs. One is custom. 18 are pre-programmed, one is custom. Because we're dealing with slimming, weight loss, let's go directly to the program that I like the most, is obesity. So you will pick the program, obesity. You have also overweight, 20% overweight, 5% overweight, 10%, or cleansing, or detox, or tissue tightening, or anti-aging, or healing acceleration. They're all names with different preset properties, but it's nice to give the client a variety. We also have pre-cavitation, pre-RF. It's nicer to work with softer fat, just like butter. It's going to be a much better RF effect and a much better cavitation effect if you are warm. The more fluid the fat, the better it is to deal with it. You also have post-cavitation. When you do cavitation, all you're doing is melting the fat and it's circulating through our body. If you don't expel it, it's going to reform. In fact, there's many cases where a larger breast, arm, the belly button moves, some really crazy stuff if you don't expel that fat. So the best way to do it is exercise, something, dancing like yesterday, or sweat, period. So for your clients that already own somebody else's cavitation machine, ultrasound, RF, who cares? You can sell them the pod as an elimination of fat. So if they cannot get their head around what does it do, you tell them it eliminates the fat. Give them whatever they're looking for. So we pick the program. We will choose any program right now, just for demonstration, and I hit enter. It will ask you to put in your weight, because it'll do a kilocalorie counter. So we hit enter, and now our machine is on. Now, I can pause the program by hitting stop one time, or I can completely stop the machine if I hit stop 2 times. Okay. Now I want to explain focus on the LED cluster. Here to see. You can see that they're kind of red. The 5 LEDs, each cluster has 45 LEDs. The 5 in the middle are near infrared. Okay? So 45 minus 5 leaves us 40. That means 2 colors, we divide by 2, we have 20 LEDs of each color. 20 red, 20 yellow. Now, what's important in LED? In LED, 4 things are the most important. Angle, spectrum, color, and heat. Again, angle, spectrum, color, and heat. What's important about angle? Because LEDs are like anything. You can buy LEDs for very, very cheap, or you can buy what we call SI LEDs. They're super intense LEDs, SI LEDs. We chose the best of the best quality LEDs. And just like a book of lights, you can buy very cheap lights or very expensive lights. Lights are made of different properties. Your Christmas lights are LEDs. Your lights in your equipment is LEDs. Because they have no property. Every LED, every light tries to do this, right? The light tries to scatter. Remember when you were a kid and you were playing with a flashlight in your room and you can focus it to make it focus? Or you can broaden it? Everybody's played with a flashlight. Light tries to do this. So the angle, the narrower the angle, the more the brightness and the luminosity, which is the intensity of the LED. If I bring it like this, I 100%. At 0 degree variation, it's 100%. The minute I go like this, 30 degrees, I've lost 65% of my brightness. At 45 degrees, I've lost over 75%. So very cheap LEDs that are used, that are like this, are absolutely doing nothing. You want to have a very, very focused angle. Okay, clear? Number 2, spectrum. What does that mean? Each light color has a wavelength. And we want to be within the spectrum of plus minus 3, plus minus 4. We're very, very narrow. A lot of other LEDs could be spectrum plus or minus 10, plus or minus 15, plus or minus 20. That means the variance is way too much. So we have very narrow spectrum within 3, plus 3, minus 3, and we have the red is plus minus 4. Very, very narrow. Our angle is very narrow, very focused. Number 3, color. The LED, you know what LED means? What does LED mean? What is the acronym LED? Light emitting diode. It's a diode. It's a little diode that gets stimulated by electricity to create that color. If you see a machine that gives you 3 different colors or 2 different colors from the same LED, run. It's ineffective. Especially when you see LED facial panels for acne or for whatever. We have our Lumiate that we can complement, so we'll talk about it. But it's very, very important. Monochromatic. It must be single color LED. That's why I could easily make an LED that gives you the red and the yellow and the blue and the green in one LED. But that's not effective. I want it to be monochromatic. So I have 45 colored LEDs, 5 are infrared, leaving me 40, divided by 2, I have 20 red, 20 yellow. Okay? But they're monochromatic. They're 20 fixed yellow and 20 fixed red. That's why I can change That's why when they're on, right now when they're all on, it's red, yellow, creating the orange. But when I go to my LED and turn off the red, I have 20 only yellow. Or I have only 20 red. That's why they're very specific to what we're trying to accomplish.
What are the benefits for LED light,
Okay,
and what's the difference between the red color and the yellow?
Piece of paper and a pen. I will show you here and we will write it down.
Tell me about the first five.
The 5 in the middle, they're invisible. They're near infrared. Much bigger than this.
It's okay.
Okay. We don't see colors. We think we see colors, but colors are a wavelength. Okay? And I did this yesterday. Epidermis, dermis. Okay? Epidermis, dermis, we know by properties of wavelength and colors. The blue is the most superficial color. Then we go to blue-green. Then we go to green. Then we go to yellow.
And then red.
Orange. And red. That's why in the property of the slim line, which is specific to slimming weight loss, we want to be in the deepest 3 colors. Yellow, red, and the combination of orange. It's very specific to what we're trying to accomplish. Remember, we have also the alpha LED oxy, which you know from the past, and it has all 4 colors. Because we want to do it also for spa, relaxation, meditation, sleep, jet lag, and those would be the lighter blue color or the green. But here It's specific. It's slimline. We're going to sell it to what's the biggest segment of the market right now. Anti-aging, slimming, and weight loss. We're focused on that. Okay? Clear?
Dermis, epidermis, so epidermis, dermis, and the light
The light penetrates the
penetrates
deepest.
to the heat.
Period. Our collagen resides down here.
Okay.
So why is red also the anti-aging color? Is because it penetrates the deepest.
Great.
Not only is it for slimming, but this is why your LEDs that are red are used for anti-aging. Yellow is known as a lymphatic drainage color. It stimulates your lymphatic system. That's what we want to do when we're dealing with detoxification and slimming. So you'll be able to take your style, but the knowledge is the same. You're going to pound it with confidence. And the point is this: what are you looking for, and what is going to be the vehicle for the result? Period. Just like with the products. And you have the complement of the Talgo products. Anytime more, good. Anytime that you're dealing with product, isn't it true that all product works better with thermal? There you go.
And it's always better to associate product with machine.
With machine. And not only that, because of the heat, the sauna always opens up our pores. It will allow for deeper product penetration. Whatever the effect of the product's going to be, it's going to be better with thermal. That's
What about the infrared, the 5 infrared?
the far. We already talked about it. The 5 infrared are near infrared, so they're superficial, right? So we know that. We have medium infrared in the heat pack, and now if we combine it with the Jade pad, we can give them also far infrared for the body. And if you choose the optional gemstone far infrared, you're going to get far infrared from the Kabil, from the cocoon, which will be competing against far infrared saunas, which again, your head is inside, you're sitting in a box, there is no vibration, there is no aroma, there is no audio, there is no promo, you're just in a box. Now isn't this a much more enjoyable experience? The whole point is people do what they enjoy. Why do people stop going? The first thing they do, January 1st is this year I'm going to go to the gym. This is the year. And what happens? March, they're finished. Why? Because it's not enjoyable. Another good thing to know, you like to work out. Athletes and people know the lactic acid is the reason why you have pain after working out. High heat prevents the secretion of lactic acid. So you can push the body to do even more. Okay? So, other than that, let's look at the fact here, Cecilia, that there's 2 different types of ventilators. One, the one that's like a triangle is blowing. Try it, check it out. Very strong heat, okay? The triangular ones are blowing. The ones with the little holes is sucking. So what it's doing is circulating. It's making like a convection oven. The more you move the heat, the better it is. Because otherwise it would just feel like directional. Okay? So, in the machine we have vibro massage, aromatherapy, chromotherapy, audiotherapy, and that's it. Okay? So now, why don't we put ourselves in the machine? You want to be in it and then try it?
Yes,
Or
yes.
me?
Fine,
Go ahead.
fine.
Now we will see that we have our client, and when the client is in the cocoon, she's already smiling because she enjoys it. That's the first thing. You want to capture that? Because it's not plugged in yet. Okay, but you will pretend it is. Okay. So now go ahead and drive, Cecile. I will guide you. So now what we can see is that.
Let her also
Talk?
experience the audio therapy.
Oh yeah, we need the music from somebody's.
عندك الميوزك.
Okay, so now Cecile, you're driving. So what you just did is change the temperature, right? Very easy. Tell me how it is in there. Loud.
It's warm and nice.
Perfect. This is like lifting the bonnet of your car. Boom. we've already talked about the balls. Cecile, we've already talked about the balls here. Here's our speaker systems, which we connected any MP3 player or iPad, iPod. Over here, what we have,
For the essential oil.
these are the essential oils. How to change is very easy. Remember yesterday we were talking about how long they would last? We can see that this one is almost over because we had instead of being turned off in between treatments, we left them on. So it was always, this is important.
But you can use any aroma you wish.
We have these, and we have specific ones for this. If you use anything else, you can void the warranty. And it's a nice consumable. You want to be able to ask your client, visit with your client, and have them have enough stock. This is like having enough nail
You
polish.
have to send us.
I'll
only
send you
the
all
list
of it.
consumers.
Now, you can see already that essential oil eats everything. We give you already a set of replacement ones. I'm not going to touch it, but this comes off, and you put this little filter. The O-ring, which is in there, is the most important. The O-ring, because it has to create a seal. If it's not sealed, you're going to just be losing the essential oil evaporating. So, I have specific vigor, health, relaxation, and cleanse.
4 different.
4
oils.
different aromas. Now, you can see that. Watch. See it bubbling? Each aroma is controlled through here. And so I have my vigor. This is my glass diffuser. Because essential oil will destroy any acrylic, any polycarb, any fiberglass. Essential oil eats everything. That's why it's through a glass diffuser. Watch, if I want to see that one on, you can see that it starts to spray and diffuse it through the glass chamber, and then there's little holes here, and that's why we can smell the aromas coming through the machine. Okay? We have 3 connectors here, very clearly labeled. Lower motor for our lower, upper motor for our upper body, and then back heat pad. That's for the heat pad that runs through the bed. Now, very important to know, this is made of plywood. You know plywood? Plywood is a soft wood. It's the best wood to allow vibration. You don't want to use hardwoods for vibration. You want to let something that's going to let the vibration come through. So it's layers of plywood. There's a whole science on why we built the machine the way we did. The motors are also, when you see the motor turn on, watch what happens. Okay, come over here and look. Okay, come over here, Cecile. I want you to see something very important. Over here, Cecile. Come here, darling. Watch. You see that thing will start turning, watch. You see it? And watch when it stops. It's off center. It's not just a circle, it's going. So it creates a wave.
Okay.
It's an unbalanced off center. So you see that? It's like a propeller. And what it allows you to do is manipulate it so that it creates that wave from feet all the way to your back. And that's it. Germicidal lamp. which is also an important feature because it kills all bacteria and smells. Now another super important feature, come over here and film here. Now, really important to know that it's 4 molds, A, B, C, and D. That means it's like a cup inside a cup, or 2 plates. Because fiberglass is very antibacterial on one side, but come over here and look. We know how fiberglass looks from the other side. You know, that's how fiberglass looks from the other side. That traps smells, bacteria, and you cannot clean it off. So what we've done is very ingenious. We're putting 2 fiberglass molds back to back. So I'm giving you the same as outside, I'm giving you on the inside. It would be very cheap to make it 1 mold. The oxygen generator, it says right there, O2 in. With the optional oxygen generator would be connected to the pod right there. Then we come over here. So, watch here, we have O2 spray, chamber turbo, face air, spray, or the chamber. Once I connect my generator to the machine, I'm going to be able to turn on, for example, O2 face air. And the O2 face air comes through here. Come on up. 1 and 1. Okay? If I want to turn on my O2 spray, that means I'm going to connect the spray gun to here. And I'm going to be able to do a facial with the spray gun. My personal recommendation is that you connect the spray gun directly to the oxygen generator. It's much more powerful because otherwise it's going through the machine, through here, and we're losing pressure. I would just connect it directly to the condenser. If we have it today or tomorrow, I'll do the demonstration tomorrow. Now, you have chamber turbo. On or off? Off or on? This is what I was explaining to you earlier. There's a fan over here. Awad, feel it. It's blowing sun. Wait, come here, feel, come here. Yeah, but wait, stay right there and then turbo. Feel the difference? Because if I'm pumping oxygen, I want to pump it turbo so that the oxygen is going all over much faster. It's the turbo. Or I can control it on or off. And I think that's it. Now what? The thermostat of the machine is right here. If you can see, the temperature is 55. Watch what happens when I touch it. It starts to go down because my body temperature is not 51.
Okay.
And now it's taking, and right here we have the 3 open are blowing the hot air from the heater. The ones with the little holes are sucking. So it's creating a convection type heat system, circulating the heat. You have a wooden handle for the patient or the client to push up the machine. So let me show you the features. But first of all, I want to lower the temperature because it's way too hot. So I would choose temperature, arrow up or down. It's right now 65 Celsius. I want to take it down. You can see I just hold it and the temperature is going down, down, down. Below 26, it will be turned off. So as soon as we hit 20s, you will see 28, 27, 26, and off.
Okay.
As soon as I hit 26 and above, that's very comfortable. But you can see it's really hot right now. So we want to ventilate this. If at any moment I want to push the machine up, I would just use my handle and lift it up this way, away from the bottom. I have my portals, so I can actually drive through the machine right here. As I'm driving through, I will do it this way so you can film. Here's where I can control everything. And it's pretty dummy proof. The only things I can change are the things that have the LEDs on. So I cannot change this, I cannot change UV, I can only change LED, stop. If I want to stop and pause the program, I just hit stop one time. The session has been halted. If I want to continue, this could be somebody getting up, maybe go to the bathroom and then come back. They would just hit enter again, and it's very dummy proof. Only enter or stop. So enter, my session continues. Or if I want to stop completely, hit again stop, and the machine is completely stopped. Now I'm back to my welcome screen. I'm going to choose the options, which is the only thing I can choose, and I'm going to navigate through my programs. It's very easy to read. Arrow up or down to select, options to preview, and enter to start the program. So I will choose, for right now, I want to choose detoxification. And immediately I'm going to take the temperature down. I have my ventilation, which makes me feel very comfortable during the session. So I'll leave it at 27, and that's it. As we said it before, the client can play around or just set it and forget it. I can connect earphones, eye pillows, and goodbye. And enjoy your session. So out here we have what we call the Oxy-Oasis O2 concentrator. What it does is it takes the ambient air, our ambient air, concentrates it into 90+% pure oxygen. Feel how heavy it is. Feel how heavy it is. Come on. What do you mean? Oh, hey! It's a bomb. It's a compressor. Inside there's a lot of mechanisms to take the ambient air, which is 21% oxygen, 1% nitrogen, and 88% hydrogen. So we purify it, or concentrate it into pure oxygen. Here's your liters per minute of O2. You'll see. 5, 4.5. There's a red line. Never go over the red line. That's already a lot. And to inhale on cannula or mask, no more than 10, maximum 15 minutes. Too much pure oxygen for the drag.
Why never go about 5?
Because you see the red line here already. It's the point too much. There's too much compression going on. It's like your red line on your car. Too much RPMs, boom! Don't put so much pressure on the bed. So we take it as low as this, to as high as this. Now, I can connect it comes like this when you get it from the bottle. If I want to do a true facial independent from the capsule, I recommend connecting this directly to the condenser. Now we have a lot of pressure. Much more pressure because we're not going through here, through here. This is direct. That's really nice. Recommended right now, very popular in the market, is called the Hollywood Red Carpet O2 Facial. Jennifer Lopez, Madonna, Jennifer Aniston, all these new singers are using this as their facial for the gala, for the red carpet. It's a 24-hour to 48-hour maximum effect. so they keep coming back for more. You have serums from Talgo you can use, and you have these serums from Oxygen Botanica, which go complementing with the units. So when I'm doing pure facial, I'm going to connect it directly. Okay? Never go over the red line as far as the liters per minute.
You can use it without the serum also. Just explain about using it without the serum. This
Without
also-
what?
Without the serum.
Oh yeah.
Providing your skin.
Without the serum, you can do a 10-minute pure oxygenation facial, which is going to purify the skin. It's very good for active acne, especially for active acne. Pure oxygen. It's very good.
It's collagen.
Activates all your. No, it stimulates your skin cell regeneration for your own skin to get pure oxygen. Okay. At 95% oxygen, the skin reacts. It's like water. It drinks it. It absorbs it. Life is oxygen. Oxygen is life. So really, it's a wonderful facial when people, and it's a nice, almost like a facial massage with that air when you have the person in the capsule. Okay? But you can also move it within your salon and explain very well that they can move it to any room when they're doing treatments pre-facial, pre-talgo, pre the eyelashes, everything. Okay? Now, yes, 100% the device is a non-medical O2 generator. So that it's considered in the aesthetic world allowable by salons, estheticians, and beauticians. You can see that I'm also connecting any device, iPad or iPhone or MP3 player, directly to my auxiliary port. Okay? So we can have music. Remember that oxygen is very dry. Oxygen dries up. So when people are inhaling oxygen, it's very dry in the throat. The water is to humidify. You're going to humidify the oxygen. It's much more comfortable to breathe and inhale. But if I put some aroma in this water, I can make it oxy bars. Oxygen bars are very popular. So we take, and there's a minimum, maximum. We put the water right in the middle. We will take and put it into its sleeve. So we turn the oxygen condenser as a measuring of liters per minute of oxygen, pure oxygen. We connect the water bottle directly to the compressor. So now the oxygen is going to be flowing through here, and you will start to see the water bubble. There it goes. It goes through the water, it gets humidified, and it's coming out for you. We have several tubes in the packaging. Some short, some long, depending on how far you want to have it from the capsule. This one is because I have the Oxy Oasis very close. So, connect it here. Downstairs in the capsule, I have my O2 in. Now the capsule is connected to the O2 generator. What am I going to do if I'm just going to do body treatment? Okay, come over here. We see over here that going to blow the O2 for the body. Okay, coming around, the controls for the O2 are over here. So, In my oxygen control, I have O2 spray. O2 spray is where I'm going to connect the gun. But let's say first, no gun, just body. My controls here get close are going to be O2 face air, O2 spray, middle is nothing, O2 chamber, turbo or no turbo. So right now no face, but I turn on O2 chamber. Now I can feel it blowing here, blowing normal. Feel it, Roman?
Yeah, when it's in the chamber.
Yeah, in the chamber on. If I want more, I put turbo. Now it's really blowing. It's circulating the oxygenated air faster. Okay? That was only body. Now what if you want to do face while they're in the capsule? I take my connection. Now I want to do O2 spray. And you can feel it, right? So now I'm blowing from there to there to here for my facial. If I'm not going to do the facial, but I want to do face air, then it's coming out through here. 1 and 2, which is just blowing purified oxygen air all the time on the patient's face. Very nice. So self-automated or with the staff. Okay? So if you want to leave the patient alone, you do it through O2 face. If you're going to do it with the esthetician, you do it with the gun. And that's it. Two very important things about the O2 generator. There is no filters, there is no consumables that the client has to pay for. The O2 generator is rated for 58,000 working hours before you have to do any type of maintenance or checkup. 58,000 working hours, that's a long time. That's the value add of the oxygen generator because it complements the pods or it can be used standalone. Oxygen generator can be used with a normal inhalation mask or cannula. When we put some aroma into the water, we can be doing what's called the oxybar, which you know are very, very popular. So the people can do it with the mask or the cannula. We do not ship the unit with cannula or mask because we ship it as an aesthetic device for the beautician, the salons, the beauty center, slimming centers, and doesn't need the medical classification. Anybody can source cannula and mask locally in your market.